Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ashes of Creation, Frame by Frame. Today we'll be analyzing the latest Ashes of Creation Alpha Zero environment preview video. Enjoy the video, and I'll be back after the preview with some awesome in-depth color commentary on what we just saw. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff in here, you don't even know how excited this video has me. There's so much stuff to speculate about and look at and analyze. Hang on for a second, and we'll get started. Okay, the first thing we have to look at here are the trees. These trees, we've never seen these trees before. Look at them. Look how they're kind of spiky and stuff. That's something we haven't seen before. Also, look at the river. It's not toxic, it's just steamy. It looks completely different. It's like a non-toxic river. We haven't seen that before. But the biggest thing that's freaking me out is look at those pylons. Look at that boardwalk. Look at that gazebo. Is this a possible fishing spot? Will we be able to stand on that dock there and fish for slimy eels in this river? Is this the first sighting of a possible fishing spot in the game? Next up is this crappy looking tent. With all the fantastic art talent that's working on this game, why does this tent look so crappy? I don't think we're looking at a level 1 expedition. I think we're looking at a level 2 encampment. I think this is the next level. Next up is the Phallic Tower. Take a look at this tower. Remember the shape. Remember the tip of it. Because we're going to take a look off of the top of this tower in a second. And what you see is going to blow your mind. Alright, look at the background. Top left corner. Do you see that? It looks like an island. Is that an island? Or is that a mountaintop? Is that white stuff fog from far away? I don't think so. I don't think so, because I have evidence later on in the video that suggests very strongly that this is the first sighting of an island in the game. Next up is the mysterious aqueduct. Is that an aqueduct or a bridge? Next up are the two bridges. Imagine that your city is being sieged by a huge army. The left side of this riverbank is on fire. Everybody's dying. People are screaming. You're being overrun. And somebody calls out, "Retreat! We'll hold them at the river!" Everybody rushes across the river on these two bridges. The army chases you, and these two bridges become a choke point. The invading army can't get across the river. They gotta come through the bridge. There's a huge battle for these bridges. I can totally imagine that. This next scene is very, very interesting, not only because of the beautiful architecture, but because of all the stuff that we can see in the background. First off, look at the stuff that's growing in the yard. That looks like crops to me. That looks like spring onions or something growing there. Is this the first look at farming? Next, look at the top right corner. That's a wall, a city wall. We're not inside the city limits. This is somebody's beautiful freehold. Now look at the middle left, where it looks like a gate. Is that a nameplate? Will we be able to name our freeholds? Like Greenhold or whatever? And finally, look at Bird Beak Mountain in the background up there. Look at those black spots around it. Are those floating rocks? What's up with the floating rocks? What is that? Next up is the mausoleum / cemetery thing. Is this a mausoleum? Is it a cemetery? Is it a church? What is this? Stephen kind of messed up on the Twitch cast and said it was a cemetery where people died a long time ago. So it's probably the dead bodies of the original inhabitants of Vero before whatever happened. So on the forums, I made a thread called "Will There Be Ghost Towns?" My name is Sunfrog, by the way. I'm Sunfrog. And Steven said no, there's not going to be any ghost towns, but there will be ghosts in the game. So this looks like a good place for them to hang out. Next up is the mysterious lava mountain. Is this the first look of Dunheim Mountain, where Dilia's mom got smashed? There's something interesting in this picture that I want you to notice. One of these mountains is covered in ice and snow, and the other one is not. We're going to be taking a look at this lava mountain in a second, and you'll understand why it's not covered in ice. This is the entrance to Lava Mountain. Look how freaking cool that looks. You know that looks cool. Now look at the inside. We're inside the lava tube. Can you just imagine dwarves working in there, making stuff? Little bridges over the lava flows? That's freaking awesome right there, dude. Also, when you think about it, look at the black smoke and the vents and stuff. It probably stinks in there, and that stuff stays in your beard. Dwarves probably stink. Next, we have some A-frame cabins. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the background. Those are the White Cliffs of Dover in the background. Look at those things. They're like 250 feet tall. That's freaking awesome. I told you this video was full of awesome stuff. There's more stuff to come. Alright folks, here it is. Remember when we were standing on top of that phallic tower and I said there was possible confirmation that thing was an island in the background? Look at the top right corner of this picture right here. This is the first look of the ocean. That's a harbor. That means that was about 95% sure it was an island. Next up is Groot's grandma. Look at her face. Look at the expression on her face. Is that concern? Is that caring? What is she emoting? What is she looking at? Is that a fire egg? Is that the phoenix egg? Now this scene is interesting, not because of the suspension bridge, but of the statue in the background. You don't get a statue unless you're a great person. So who is this person? Is it a man? Is it a woman? We can't tell. Is this the first look at Vera herself? And finally, remember Groot's grandma? Is she carved out of the trunk of the phoenix tree? Well, that's it. I hope you guys liked my video. Make sure you use my referral link down below and come say hi on the Ashes of Creation forums. I'm Sunfrog. I'm very friendly.